receivers, Tom. We have DJ Moore next of the Bears, a high ankle sprain. I mean, how about this? DJ Moore, and I remember, Tom, preseason, I wrote him off. I just said, you know what, DJ Moore, no way. Not with Justin Fields. He's washed. He's done. I mean, we got to bow down to him. I am totally wrong, guys. Wide receiver 8 on the season. I mean, it's fueled by some massive games, but still some solid outputs in there. I think he's hard to sit this week unless you give us some different news, Tom, about his high ankle sprain. So what's going on with that?
Well, here's the thing. There's a really good video footage of his injury the other day, clear as day, high ankle sprain, but he was able to return. Now, if you watch that game, he was not moving well after he returned. He was not moving well at all, and his stat line showed it. But he practiced in full today on Wednesday. He's not even on their injury report.
Oh, good.
Now, if we're reading between the lines here, there's no way he's 100%, but he could be 80, 85, 90%. So I'm curious what Thursday and Friday reports say, and not from a limited full practice standpoint, but from we'll probably have some videos from whoever's watching practice. So I'm interested to see how he looks there, and just to see if the reporters are saying that he looks explosive. If he does, then I'm comfortable starting him. Receivers only see a 5% dip in fantasy production. Now, the thing there is they usually they average missing 4 games. So they usually have 4 weeks to rest, rehab, train, etc. And that's probably why we don't see a very significant drop-off in production. Now, he's going to miss 0 games most likely. So these reports throughout the week are going to be critical. And I will, as soon as I see something on Twitter, a video, I will be responding with my thoughts on it. So make sure you're looking out for that. He's going to be one that if everything looks fine in practice, then you can confidently play him.
Yeah, I agree with that. The only thing that worries me here is the matchup. They play against the Falcons, who somehow look inspired. I thought they were going to be uninspired, but they actually looked pretty good last week. I mean, they just tend to ugly games up, but at least the Bears are home in this game, and it's almost like, how do you sit the guy that's wide receiver 8 on the year, averaging almost 14 points a game? I mean, again, fueled by some of these huge games, but you can't let DJ Moore rot on your bench with the potential to put up 20, 30 points. I mean, again, that's no guarantee, and it's a long shot, but he could do it. So it's just weird, right? Isn't it weird that he's not missing any games? I mean, I know you mentioned that, but like no games.
I thought it was weird that he returned, but of course with the videos, I mean, we can usually have a good understanding of what was injured, but the severity is not always obvious from video. So he must not have injured it that badly, but watching the rest of the game, he was not moving like himself. Now, a couple more weeks to rest, rehab, get pain, swelling down. He could be playing very, very well. And again, with these injuries, with these high ankle sprains, grade 1 sprain, which if he returned that game, is a grade 1, there's no major separation of the tibia and fibula, so there's no real loss of stability. That stability piece is where speed and quickness gets affected. So if that's intact, it's just a pain thing that he's dealing with. In which case, yeah, he could reasonably be able to play this week. And again, that's why I'm so interested in what he looks like in practice throughout the week.
All right, we'll keep an eye on it. And how about a tight end I talked about before, Cole Kmet? So just before you talk about, I think it's a knee injury, right, Tom? So just want to mention a couple of things here with Cole Kmet. Pretty crazy. 7 of his 8 last games have been more than acceptable for tight end. 7 or more points in 7 of his 8 last games. Also in that mix, game with 2 touchdowns, a game with 107 yards. Guy gets targets. I think, again, he's truly an elite replacement option if you add Hawkinson or just if you're struggling at the position. But hopefully there's no setbacks here. But talk to us about Cole Kmet. What do you got?
Well, he didn't practice with the knee injury, and this is one of those situations where the team's being vague and not really telling us what tissue in the knee is injured. So with any type of knee injury, that's going to affect your change of direction, which a tight end, yes, they change directions, but not with the same agility as a receiver or a running back. And a knee injury is not going to make him any smaller. So tight ends are, one of their strengths is they are usually 6'4", 6'5", and use their body to get open. So if he's able to play, I'm not expecting this to hinder him a whole lot. But of course, he didn't practice Wednesday. We'll have to see if he can practice Thursday and Friday. But he is one that I anticipate this not affecting his production if he's able to play.